Do you ask for help when you have a problem? In most cases, I wouldn't. I'd rather solve something by myself. I believe as long as I want to spend enough time on it, I could solve it. You know, there are so many resources and information available and accessible to everyone on the internet, and there are so many people are very willing to share their own experiences of dealing with certain issues in their life. So I guess those can all be good ways for you to refer and to solve your own problem. But when it comes to the tricky ones or the ones that are really difficult to solve, of course I will ask for some professionals who are experts in a certain field for help. And the next question is, why are teachers always willing to help students? Well, I really have a say on this topic. I think it's just a natural thing. You know, teachers, they naturally want to help students out and try to teach them as much as they could. And when students ask questions actively, then I guess majority, like most of the teachers, would be willing to provide help. And on the other hand, teaching the students to learn something can really bring a strong sense of fulfillment for the teachers. And the next question is, what kinds of help do you often ask for? It's just difficult to say. I mean, as I've mentioned, I'd rather to solve my problems, you know, by myself. But when it comes to something related to my family, like my family members, my parents, then I would probably ask others for help. I feel like I really have this responsibility to help deal with some issues in my family. But sometimes when I don't have this kind of ability, I would ask my friends or some others for help. And the last question is, when was the last time you asked for help? Well, except for the small favors that I ask in my daily life, I guess the last would be the one I asked from my bestie. You know, a month ago, my mother wanted to visit her city, so I asked whether her parents could take care of her and then hang around with her, take her to some tourist destinations to visit and things like that. And she said yes. I was so grateful, and I believe asking favors from your friends, like close friends, can be a way to strengthen your friendship. And also, when her parents come to visit my hometown, I would also do the same.
Do you ask for help when you have a problem?
Yeah, I ask for help very often, almost every day, because I think this is the fastest and the most cost-effective way to make life much easier. Like I used to want to be self-independent and I want to prove to my father that I could 100% count on myself, but now I think that was totally unnecessary. Yes, because you have to spend a lot of time in reading the instructions or searching information online to figure everything out. But now I think asking for help can save a lot of your time, and this is kind of wisdom.
Why are teachers always willing to help students?
Well, I think basically it's because they're all kind. They must be really kind, because it's not their responsibilities and it's not mandatory for them to do those kind of voluntary things, because they have office time. So even it's not their office time, they're still always ready and waiting for students to come to ask questions. And also I think they have a lot of life experience and a knowledge, and they don't want to see the students making mistakes, or because the small mistakes will develop into the bigger ones. So yeah, I think they're all kind.
What kinds of help do you often ask for?
For me, I often ask for help of how to use some technologies, because it's really hard for me to really look into the functions and all kinds of fancy interfaces of some newly invented technologies. So recently I had problems using the newest version of iPad. So I bought it, but I didn't know how to use it. So I asked my boyfriend to teach me how to do it, step by step, so that I could learn it. It's kind of hard for me to adapt to the faster pace of the development of technology. So yeah.
When was the last time you asked for help?
Well, I think it was last night, because recently I'm learning tennis, So, and if you know the correction of your movement is really important in this kind of sport, or you will get injured easily. So I asked my boyfriend to sit on the sofa and watch my movements carefully, with whole concentration. I wanted him to be really picky about my movements, so I demonstrated a lot of movements like forehand, backhand, and even the serve. And he really gave me a lot of substantial advices, and I appreciate that. I think that was a really good interaction, and I really improved a lot indeed.